Hello, welcome to the live. Making some gummies, some real fruit today. Just getting everything weighed out. Real strawberry juice. This will give it some extra flavor. There's no fake flavors in this. Strawberries, lemon, honey, everything you see here. This is the strawberry syrup made from real strawberries, so that's gonna give it like a extra flavor boost once they're made. Next step is we're gonna get the gelatin blooming, so need some water for that. So let's get a bowl, and then we will sprinkle that gelatin on top so it blooms. I'll need a couple minutes. So we need 80 grams of water. Water. What we're going to do so now we'll take our gelatin here and we're just going to sprinkle it on top of the water, and then it's going to kind of absorb, and this will give the gummies its chew. So even though they're made with real strawberries, they'll have a chew that's pretty similar to gummies that you get like in the candy store. We'll kind of get like a hockey puck, sort of. See it there. It's just gonna like absorb into the water. So we'll let that go. The next thing we need to do is now actually weigh out the strawberries. So for this one, we're doing a half batch. So we're gonna need 250 grams of strawberries. We have some frozen here. These will go, so we're gonna weigh these out. These have all been washed, cleaned, previously frozen. So these aren't just like bought and thrown in. They're washed, cleaned, everything. And so that's about 200 grams, a couple more. I always think they look great coming out of the freezer. Smell great. And this is what gives it its flavor. Like there's no added flavors in here. No fake coloring. Everything from the gummies is from the actual strawberry. So that's 250 grams. Maybe throw in an extra one. Whatever. Hope everyone's Sunday is going well. So we have our strawberry set, and this is the strawberry syrup. This kind of gives it a little flavor boost towards the end. Again, there's no fake flavors in here. Got a little honey for some sweetness. Sugar will give it some sweetness. And then we got some lemon, honey like I just said, and then we have some light corn syrup. So what we'll do now is defrost these strawberries a little bit, and then we gotta blend them up. So they go into, here's them sizzling. So we're gonna get these a little warmed up. This will make them easier to blend. They don't have to get mushy or anything. They just need to be a little softened up for the blender. This is just a half batch. Normally I'll probably do like 2 to 4 times this amount. And you can see they're getting pretty liquidy, so that's probably all that we need to do for now right there. And these will go into a blender in a moment. So we got our blender here. The blender going. Move the scale out of the way for right now. Anyway, so the strawberries, just defrosted, they will go in here. Pieces. Okay. And then as we blend these, we're also going to blend it with the lemon, the fresh squeezed lemon. Literally just squeeze it right here. So get some lemon in there. That, and then we will also get a drop of MCT oil. In addition to that, we need a little water. Water go. I had it somewhere. Here's the water. Just regular well-filtered water. That'll help it blend as well. Okay. Also, save the honey, corn syrup for later. We got some these are like our sweeteners. That'll go in the pot and the sugar. So sugar, strawberry syrup, some honey, and then like corn syrup. Then we got our gelatin here, which is now kind of like a puck, basically. They'll need a little more water just to blend through, so let's just do that right now. So this will just kind of absorb the rest of the gelatin on top. And this will go in at the end, and this is what gives, well, along with a few other things, but this is what will give the gummy its chew. So that will sit there for a moment. Back to our strawberries here. We need a little xanthan gum. Really not too much at all. A very tiny scoop of that just kind of holds everything together. So we'll weigh that out. We have a little scale here. Weigh that out with. So let's do that. Just do this little piece, try that off. So yeah, we're not really need too much xanthan gum. It's literally a very tiny drop, but still like to be exact. Too much will kind of ruin it. So I just got a little 1/4 teaspoon. Got our xanthan gum here. Honestly, it's probably not much more than 1/8 of a teaspoon. Go 1/8. Go with 1/8 teaspoon. Just need 0.35. It's already too much. Honestly, it's like probably about half of a 0.39, a little less. 0.37, we'll take it. Again, it's not much. It just kind of helps bind everything together. So we'll get that. And then we also need a little sodium citrate. This is also kind of a little enhancer, emulsifier. Does similar things to the xanthan gum, but will help give the gummy kind of a creamy chewiness to it. And again, it's not much we're adding. Probably like half an 1/8 of a teaspoon, honestly. 0.25, and yep, that'll do it. It's literally a sprinkle. That's it. So that goes in there like that, and we'll add. I think that's all we really need for now. What we're gonna do is blend this up, and then we gotta just strain it, and then we'll get that's kind of from there it's pretty much smooth sailing. So let's get this on the blender, and let's go over to the blender. Cups in the way there. That out the way. We'll give it one more spin. Alright, that's pretty much done. Now we're going to just strain these out. We got our blended strawberries here. Just gonna blend. We're just gonna strain them. Make sure we get all the seeds out. Okay, now we'll strain this. about got all of it here. Mostly just seeds left, so we don't want those. And that's about it. Now we have our strawberry blend. And sip of my sweet tea. Alright, I'm gonna go over the stove now, and we are going to get the sweeteners going. As you can see, the gelatin is ready now. So let's go over to the stove. Got our pot here. Now we're gonna do get the sweeteners going first. So put this on medium heat. We got our sugar. Actually, I'm gonna use the big pot. So we got our sugar here. Goes in first. We got a little and we have our honey here. Spoon just to get it out, but have our light corn syrup here. That goes in next. That'll just blend together in there. It'll heat up in a minute as it gets hotter. And then also just some flavor boosts of our strawberry syrup. It's also made here, handmade. It's already kind of going. Rubber spatula. And just we're gonna mix all that up, and it's pretty much already blended. It goes pretty quick, if you can see it. It's already kind of like a nice liquid there. And then we drop in our blended strawberries. Vitamix. And now this will just kind of come to a boil. And turn the heat up. Now we just kind of wait for it to boil. And then we add our gelatin, and we kind of got ourselves some gummies there. Also give it a little extra pop of lemon. A little squeeze, never hurt. Now you can see it's getting pretty much to the boiling point. See it bubbling in there. Just kind of want to keep stirring it. Then we're going to add in the gelatin. Just have to lower the heat a little bit. Let that cool down a little. Here we have our gelatin now. At this point it's kind of like a puck. As you can tell, this will make the gummies chewy. We're just going to drop this in and let it melt. Kind of see here. This will just kind of melt in. There it goes. Now that's all blended in. So let that sit for a minute. And then we'll get these into the molds and they'll be done. Pretty much all blended here at this point. Just the liquid. good. Now we're just going to go back here for a moment. We're going to add the rest of our strawberry syrup. This will give it a nice boost of flavor. Stir that in. And we'll give it a little hit of some more honey, a tablespoon. That in like that, and then we also have some preservatives to add. A little drop. This will keep them nice and fresh. Not too much. Maybe a half. Really, 1/16, I guess, of a teaspoon. Really not much at all. Stir that in. And once these are pretty much ready to go. So what we'll do here now is just get these into the molds, which we have already on the stove. So I'll go back to the stove here. The molds are right here. That. And these will just go into the molds. Pretty much that simple. So one mold done. Just move this out of the way. Got our next mold here. done. Aren't too many left. We got a couple more. We're done. Those are the molds. They're going to sit out here for a little while. And we're done. So those are the gummies. They'll just form up there. I actually have some already made. I'll show you what they look like. And this is the final product. These are actually the soft chew. These are on sale now. These are the soft chew gummies. So I'm not gonna have the chew like those. These are more like kind of just easy bites. Protein gummies will be coming soon, but same ingredients except for the gelatin. So those are the chewy ones. These soft chews are currently on sale. A couple jars left if you want to try some. But yeah, there are going to be two varieties. There's going to be soft chew and those chewy ones that we just made. And then protein gummies will be hitting the shop soon. The syrup itself, I want to put this on there. This is made from real strawberries too. And yeah, a couple other things on the way. But if you want to try out those soft chew gummies, they're currently on sale. But otherwise, I will see you in the next one.